welcome to Meaningful Moments with May. And I am your hostess, May Caleb. And this is a space for reflection, realignment, and inner growth. I'm so grateful you're here because today's episode carries a truth that many of us need to hear. You see, you're not lazy. You're simply out of alignment. So let's just take a deep breath before we begin. Let's just take one here together. Inhale, exhale, and let yourself arrive fully here, being fully present in the moment. I'd like to start out by discussing the myth of laziness. We live in a world that moves fast, a world that celebrates hustle and bustle and glorifies busyness, and often measures our worth, our sense of worth, by output. When our energy dips, when our motivation dissipates or disappears altogether, we're quick to label ourselves as lazy. But what if that label isn't true at all? What if what you're feeling isn't a lack of discipline, but a signal from your inner wisdom? Laziness is often self-judgment, something we have learned to do to ourselves over time. But alignment, or the lack of it, is energetic truth. So when you're out of alignment, your energy naturally resists because something in you knows this isn't where I'm meant to be. This isn't what I'm meant to be focusing on right now. Or this isn't where I belong right now. So instead of asking, why can't I make myself do this? Ask, what is this task trying to tell me about where I am or what I'm doing? Sometimes resistance is your soul saying, I've outgrown this version of me. Or there's a different path waiting for you. Sometimes the resistance is from overwhelm caused by lack of time management or putting too much on your plate, something that I am all too familiar with. Sometimes it could be your human energy field out of alignment. When my clients come to me feeling stuck and unmotivated, I take a look into their energy blocks and their energy field. Many of you watching know that I see human energy fields. And so before they can even say anything, I'll say, oh, it looks like you came here to get some pep in your step. And I'm guided to use my quartz crystals. Quartz is used to enhance frequency in many items, from clocks, watches, vacuums, lasers, and much more. And it can be used to increase our own frequency too. See, here's a beautiful quartz crystal that I have used to help many clients and myself to put pep back in my step, to get realigned with my natural energy field. So let's talk about what alignment feels like. Think of a time when you felt fully in the flow, when energy, ideas, and enthusiasm came easily. You didn't have to force it. You didn't need motivation. You were moved by something deeper. That's alignment. Alignment feels like peace. It feels like clarity. Alignment feels like trust, even if you don't have all the answers in the moment. It can even feel like fun and joy. And the truth is, alignment doesn't come from effort. It comes from listening, from being honest with yourself about what feels alive and what feels heavy. So if you're feeling sick and tired of feeling sick and tired or uninspired, it's not proof that you're lazy. It's simply an invitation for you to get realigned. So I want to share a personal moment with you. There was a time, and this happens periodically in my journey, when I wake up and feel like I have to push myself to create, push myself to be on, push myself to stay visible, push myself to accomplish tasks. All of us have experienced that. And yet inside, I always feel exhausted. So every task felt heavier than it used to, these same old tasks, right? So I did what we all do. I told myself, maybe I'm just being lazy. But that voice wasn't laziness. It was a voice of truth knocking. And the truth was that I was doing things, and the things that I were doing, the way that I was doing them, were not in alignment. It didn't represent how I felt in my heart. It didn't represent who I was. It didn't represent where I had gone and what I'd grown into, how my energy had shifted, and the vibration of where I was. And so the day I allowed myself to pause, to listen, and to ask what would feel right for me right now. I'm going to ask that again. So you write this down. What would feel right for me right now? Energy, creativity, motivation, it all started to flow again. Because when you reconnect to what's true for you, you stop fighting yourself. Maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're just ready to move in a new direction or to realign. Let's explore a few signs that you might be out of alignment. You wake up feeling unmotivated even after a full night of rest. You're doing all the right things, but they feel forced. You crave change, but you can't quite name what kind. Longing and discontent is a signal from the universe that you need to find something different. You feel drained by commitments that once inspired you. You're living by shoulds more than by truth. If any of these feel familiar, take a deep breath. There's no shame in that. It's simply your inner compass telling you it's time to realign, to shift your energy. Let's talk about steps to realign your energy. We're going to shift into practice here because alignment isn't something you think your way into. You feel your way back. Here are a few ways to begin. 1, create stillness. When you stop filling every moment with noise, truth, your voice has space to speak and your mind has place to hear. Take 5 minutes today. No phone, no goals, just breathe and notice what's stirring within you. Follow what feels light. Energy doesn't lie. Notice the people, the places, and the projects that make your energy feel expanded versus constricted. Lightness leads to alignment. Release the shoulds. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to or because I think I should? Alignment often begins where obligation ends. Trust your natural rhythm. Some seasons are meant for creating. Other seasons are meant for resting and integrating or becoming. You're not lazy for needing rest. You're honoring your design. So what would it look like to honor your energy today? To let yourself be guided instead of pushed. What does alignment mean to you in the season of your life? Can you think of a moment when losing motivation was actually your intuition redirecting you? How can you begin to trust the natural ebb and flow of your energy rather than judging it? So before we close, I want to leave you with this reminder. You were never meant to operate like a robot or a machine. You're meant to live as a creator, aligned with the energy of your purpose. When you move from that space, life stops feeling like a struggle and it begins to flow. So next time you find yourself saying, I'm so lazy, pause and whisper instead, no, I'm listening. I'm realigning. You are not lazy. You are a soul in transition. And that's a beautiful, sacred place to be, my friends. Thank you for spending the time with me here today in this meaningful moment. And if this episode has resonated with you, share it with someone who might need the reminder that their energy isn't gone. It's just waiting for realignment. And if you would like to go deeper, just take a few quiet minutes after this episode to journal on one question. Where in my life am I forcing instead of flowing? Because awareness is the first step back to alignment. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss what's coming next, where I will be sharing with you my story about the day I chose abundance and how that one decision changed everything for me. Until next time, keep honoring your truth, trusting your rhythm, and aligning with what lights you up. Bye for now.